Hello everybody, my name is Elenator and welcome back to another unlisted stream here on Minecraft Through the Android. It seems like my previous pre-recorded video talking about InfDev 624 seems to have a resurgence in views. I don't know where these people are coming from, but that's okay. Here we are in Alpha Build 7.1. Why is that 1 there? Huh. It wasn't there in the main menu. I don't know. So I came back here, I picked up 20 logs. I don't even remember how many I needed. And I think it's good that these trees are starting to grow up. But yeah, we came way back here. And I'll probably keep collecting some wool. I don't know what I'll do with all this wool, but eventually it'll be good for me to use it. Let's just pick all this up as I look over and see chat's not public. Chances are if someone's showing up just by happening to check in the playlist is extremely low. Come on, poop. How long until nighttime? Another 3 minutes maybe. I'll probably head out tomorrow in the morning. I didn't really have any plans other than keep collecting the wool because I came back here for that. And is that it? Was there anything else I needed over here? I feel like there was something else I came back because I wanted to pick it up. Was it mining? I feel like I wanted to go mining, but I don't think I did. Other than just collecting wool. Perhaps not. So I'll probably head off in this direction. See some more sheep. Oh, hold on, here's a brown one. I don't have much brown wool. And boop. Of course. Alrighty, so tomorrow night, well, I should say tonight, we'll sleep, and then we'll start walking back. As I try to remember what else I needed. Oh yeah, I needed hardened clay. That's what it was. Because we were going to also try some of that. Alright, cool. So let me just gather the last of that wool, and then we'll see how much clay I have over here. You can make it, right? Just by cooking a block. Hold on, doesn't that mean this is not terracotta? Look at all those different log orientations. You got those two that are sideways, those two are sideways, those two are sideways. That one I think is a jungle. I think that's a jungle log. This is so interesting. Hooray for the different log types. That's a lot of netherrack. Hey, good job me from the past. You got some shears. Alright, where do I keep the clay? That's a massive amount of red dust. Oh boy, hold on. We're gonna condense all this. This is taking up so much chest space. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have my inventory space. Alright, where are the mob drops again? You know what? While I'm here, we're gonna take back some doors. I do not need this many doors over here. First time picking up zombie flesh. Do I keep it here? Do I have a food chest? I do have a food chest. Wow, about the seeds. I wonder what happened to all my saplings. Why did these get disorganized? Whatever. Wait, is that obsidian? Ah, 58 obsidian. It's probably from all the nether reactors that I ended up mining. Okay, where do I keep seeds though? Do I not keep seeds in here? Oh, well, either way, this will get us close enough. One thing I kind of wish is that you could deconstruct quartz blocks. But I'm pretty sure that once you craft a quartz block... Oops, I don't have the resource space. Once you craft a quartz block, you aren't able to convert it back. Which is a bit of a bummer because all the other types you can, but I think part of that might be because of how they handled data values way back when. Pick that up, thank you. How they handle data values, which means you could basically reset the different crafted types back into the base form. Which they probably didn't want. In fact, I can also turn this coal to blocks as well. Before we do all that, let's just craft another stack of blocks, it seems. There we go, 2 stacks and 17. Oh wait, is it? I didn't realize it was already selected. Alright, what I think I'll do now, I'll probably leave all the quartz down there, and then just move everything else up. It's a very slow process, but me in the future will greatly appreciate getting rid of all this now. Oops. That's not perfectly organized, but that's okay. This should hopefully bring it all together. Close enough. Alright, hooray, hooray. All that's now nice and neatly taken care of. So, I'm not seeing any clay, and I feel like I tried coming back here for clay before, and the same thing happened. There was no clay. So, let's catch some seeds, reset the non-existent weather timer, then we'll head on back. I want to pop upstairs real fast, so what do I have going on up here? I can't remember if I put anything up here. This is so bright. Someone knocking at the door? Nothing important. Alright, away we go. Passed by the first Team Tyrion outpost, as I was a ding-dong and didn't realize I already had this one over here, and proceeded to build another Team Tyrion outpost. You can never have, oopsies, you can never have too many Team Tyrion outposts. There should be one in every Minecraft world. It'd be crazy if I were to go through all of the worlds made by other people that I've downloaded and build a Team Tyrion outpost in every single one of them. I'd have to find all the worlds I've downloaded. Spoiler alert, I have at least one big archive, and I do that, Mr. Renderman. But oh boy, there's a lot of worlds in there, and I don't think I'm gonna want to spend the time doing all that. So let's just start walking back. Grass still isn't spreading right. Like it's not. Seeing all the foliage is proof into existence. Let's see anything going on? I don't think so. I wonder when that gets fixed. It'd be kind of crazy if it doesn't get fixed and it's just a product of this old world and the versions I played through. nom nom. Favorite monster chomping on the bits. 124 drop frames. It won't do bad though. About 5 seconds worth. Yes, they still have wool. Have the logs. I couldn't. Well, I guess I probably should have replanted, but I didn't feel like walking back to the tree farm just to plant more acacia trees. Maybe I should have brought those acacia saplings with me though. This will encourage exploration. Although, truth be told, because of bugginess and whatnot, I don't think I'm going to do any exploration on this world until 0.12. Oh boy. So we kind of wait around here, because the 0.11 had some issues as we start going through all of this. This is almost. This feels like preparation. 0.11 is preparation for 0.12. And then 0.13 is like more stuff that didn't make it in to 0.12. Like redstone. Some of the redstone stuff. 0.14 is more redstone stuff. But equally, the start of the overworld update. Have the urge to explore. Oh wait, you know what I could do? What if I drop some torches now? I don't know if there's gonna be anything good over here. These chunks would have been loaded. Probably my first trip over here. We're gonna leave that there for now. Wait, she's come back here. We're gonna need new shears after this. But I feel like there might be some interesting stuff down there. Oh look, there's more, another cave. I'll leave that there for now. I feel like we should be right over there. I don't know how far we've traveled. I think we're only 1,000 blocks away or so. 2,000 at most. Here's a log. Here's a question of, did an Enderman steal it, or was that a fallen tree? Question is, where's the sideways part of it? That's a trick question, because this is bedrock. There's no guarantee that the sideways tree still exists if it's part of a chunk population, and we've seen plenty of cut off trees on here already. Baby sheep. Isn't baby sheep a lamb? That's not a different species, right? Is a lamb a baby goat? Oh no, I'm getting my baby animals mixed up. Yeah, double sheep. I see a pillar. Is that the cave system? There's a lot of caves I haven't explored on my journey over here. Why'd I keep walking? Oh, another spire. I think I kept walking though because I wanted a good place to set something up. I was also really hoping to get a village. Hooray! Right when I was about to give up, I found one village. And I think it's the only village I've seen on this world so far. I also haven't explored all too much. On a positive, that skipped the world size down. I don't have much of a reason to explore just yet. Once the nether gets added and whatnot, then I'll probably be doing more. 9 is the start of the journey. 10 is a proper version to settle in on. And then 11 is preparation for 12, which was a big update bringing over more Java features. 13, 14, and 15 were also focused on catching up to Java. And then, of course, 16. Yeah, because after 16 and 1.0 was like the last of what we needed at the time, other than very few things left over. In fact, I don't know what's missing from Bedrock 1.0 compared to the latest Java at the time, which I think was 1.11. Alrighty, so I came all the way back here just for some gray blocks. Question is, where's my clay? Because I feel like I turned all my clay into brick. Not all of it, but I'm gonna want more. So here's what we'll do. We'll pick up this away. And everything over. Good timing. Let's go to bed. Alright, and shoes. I'm gonna need a tools chest. Later, perhaps. One thing's for sure, I don't need all the bomb drops. They're just taking up space. Alright, so this is darker, right? This is in fact darker. Okay, here's a question. Do I want it vertical or do I want it horizontal? Oh boy. It looks more like Steve than the Creeper. That might be too dark. Alright, well, now we could say we've tried. So, this is what we're going to do now. We are going to gather some more clay and try again some hardened clay variations. We gotta do some cyan, although I'm pretty sure cyan's gonna be a bit darker. I think there's one. There's two. Alrighty, let's go clay digging. So the last time I went looking for clay, I think I had the best results over in the swamp. Let's cross one of two bridges, also Team Green Outpost number 2 in this world, which I haven't written on a sign. Why do we got different signs? Why do I feel like that's a 1.17, 1.16 feature? I feel like we don't get different types of signs until much later. Been trampling the crops a little. There's a lot of dirt in the carrots. Same thing with the potato farm. I wonder. It's just extremely quiet. It's barely registering on OBS. Huh. Let's find the clay and see if that's any louder. I see zombies burning because they spawned into existence, but because the render distance is so short, I very quickly walked away. Left them in suspended animation. And then I came back here and loaded them up fully and began stimulating again. Okay, where's the water? I can't see through this. I did find clay around here before, right? That is almost opaque, which is probably realistic when you think about it. Alright, here's a question. They didn't fix the bug yet, right? for third person view. It's on the first tab. They didn't fix it right. Nope. Don't mind me taking a quick peek. I see some clay over there. Walk right past this. You see, if this was Java, the water would be less opaque, and I'd be able to do it. Or I wouldn't have to do this. There we go. Yeah, that barely shows. You gotta get right up to the water. Alright, well, anyways, let's pick this up real fast. Okay, just be going for it. Audio looks fine. Not the obs. As long as I don't walk forward, then I won't swim. 52, that's a good start, but I know I saw some more over here, I believe. Also Mr. Zomble, he might need to be eliminated. Is this some? Yeah, it is. Here's a great big patch. Cool. Do you not mine slower when underwater? I just realized that. I don't think you do. Permanent aqua affinity. This is great. I would say just like the old days, but I'm pretty sure Java always had it like this. Pretty sure Java always had mining underwater equals slower. Let's not drown, please. Alright, I think one more. And there it is. This should be good. I wonder how that grass ended up underwater. Did it generate like that? No, because I'm pretty sure the terrain shape is constructed first, then filled with water, and then it's converted into the correct top blocks that it needs to be. And I don't have my shears on me, but that's okay. That's clay. Badoops. Terrible puns every day. Maybe I should add that sound effect to my soundboard. I have the urge to pass 4 stacks. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if I was just seeing stuff or if this was another dirt or another clay patch. Oh, my time approaches. Now I think we'll head back. I also feel better about all this extra clay I gathered because I'd rather not come back here soon. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't build with hardened clay all too often. I know that if you head over to the Disco Mountains, if you can find some, if you head over to the Disco Mountains, you can pick up a bunch of the regular hardened clay and then manually dye it yourself. Otherwise, it only offers, I think, 4 of the stained colors. Red, orange, yellow, and white, I think. So red, orange, yellow, white, and hardened. I still remember seeing that screenshot for the first time by, I think it was Grum. I think Grum was doing the screenshots for the snapshots back then. And like in every screenshot that was posted, you could find him hiding somewhere. Anyways, the screenshot of the rows of hardened clay, I was like, man, this is cool. Because back in that time, I was still watching Swimming Word 941 snapshot videos. As the bitrate monster is getting a little hungry again. So I saw the screenshot from his video talking about upcoming features and whatnot. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then, the very first snapshot they released, it didn't generate. Yeah, no hardened clay. Good old 13W36A. And so they re-uploaded it, tried to fix it. Nope. Error, clay not found. But they did manage to fix a few other things. And so they tried once more, another re-upload. And nope, clay still didn't want to generate. I don't know what else was in fact fixed in that third one, unless that was the only thing they did. But for a while, we only had one copy of 13W36A. The version that was available in the official launcher and other people archived and whatnot, because that was re-uploaded twice, and so as per the usual, we only had the last re-upload. However, I was just interested in 13W36A again, or whatever I was doing at that time. And so as I was going through my old versions, my whole version list, this would have been, I don't know, between 2019 and 2020. Maybe even 2018. I can't remember. Or it could have been later than that. It's been several years already, but Omni Archive was already established and all that. But yeah, I was going through my version list, trying to find my own copy of 13W36A because I wanted to do my own testing and stuff. And so I was going through, and I looked, and I found it from my old laptop. Well, I should say a copy of that. Oops, wrong chest. Copy of the drive from my laptop. And so I was looking at it, and I was like, this looks old. And so I went through, I looked at the version itself and was like, this is older than our own copy. Did I find a missing version? Surprise! Turns out, after looking around, I have the very first upload of 13W36A sitting in a copy of my versions folder from way back when. So good job, me of the past. Within however many hours, I don't even know if it was hours. That version could have been up for maybe 15 minutes even. I don't remember how long. But yeah, that first version of 13W36A wasn't up for very long. And I happened to be so impatient that I played it. I played it back when it was brand new, did whatever I wanted, and then just didn't touch the version again after however long. 'Cause yeah, I specifically remembered playing on a version where the name was broken for... Oh no. Oh no, I need hardened clay. I don't need bricks. Hold on, get the coal out of there. Before we make more bricks. You interrupted my story. I forgot I'm supposed to cook the clay blocks. That's how you get hardened clay. Alright, well now I have a bunch of extra bricks. Cool, I guess. Alright, well anyways, so I specifically remembered because I think people were talking about the version at the time, and so I thought I would, look for and play, or not look for, I thought I would play through my own version of 13W36A, because I remember the broken names. They didn't have their proper, uh, the they didn't have the proper localized names. It was just the raw ID as the block name for, I think it was dirt and grass, maybe something else. And so I specifically remembered that bug existing from way back when. So I thought, how about I just go back and check? And so it turns out that when I was looking into it before I started trying to find the version itself, that's when I saw that that was only in the early upload versions and it was fixed in the re-uploads. And so that's when I was like, interesting. So then that's what started the whole, I should go try to find my own copy. So that one, that's probably the only version that I didn't download from somewhere else. Because there are several versions that I submitted to OmniArchive that they didn't have. One of them being Alpha 1.2.0. That version came from an archive that I downloaded years ago that I think was still up back when I submitted it. Why'd the clay disappear? Interesting. I'm trying to do this correct. Yeah, it just straight up disappears if you go too far. If you try to bring it back out. Anyways, that version was from an archive I downloaded years ago that had a bunch of old versions. And so Alpha 1.2.0 Plane was a version I submitted to OmniArchive when it was started, because I knew I had that version. Or at least I was pretty sure I did. But yeah, that one was from one that was downloaded from other people. There was also, I think it was NDev 0.31, January 30th. I think it was 130. There's either 130 or 131 that I had from. Uh-oh, game crash. Maybe. Just a pause. You gonna come back? I sure hope it didn't freeze, because that would make me sad. But anyways, there were a few NDevs I had. It was 130, it might have been 204, and 223. Those versions I had from Fiddler copies, because think I've said on a recent stream how for a few years the only way you could play NDev was through people redistributing NDev alongside Fiddler, because whatever magic they did with Fiddler was able to run NDev, and this is a total freeze. Oop. This is once again looking like a Nox problem. That's okay. I'm gonna keep being a grumpy old man set in my ways and not take the convenient route. Oh wait, hold on. Isn't 0.11 the last version that's supported by was it Minecraft? Nostalgia Launch or whatever. And I wish there was a way to force close in app. Yeah, boop. That's okay. The first rule to making a plan is to always make two. It's still exiting. We're gonna wait a few more seconds. But yeah, those versions I also shared with OmniArchive from people redistributing it prior. Let's take a look at this while it's booting up. Internet being slow, connectivity issues. I was having internet issues earlier. Gonna set that back to live. We're gonna hop on in, see how much progress we lost as I pressed the wrong button. That happens sometimes. I wonder why it always resets to 0.9. I also don't know why that's not correctly saving the time. Alrighty, so here we are. Let's just take a look-see. It'd be nice if this was properly cooking up. Alright, well, everything's still... Did I walk through that door when it looked closed? My mind is playing tricks on me. Anyways, all that, so I'm trying to think, what other versions? Because it was in devs, it was the original Alpha 1.2.0, and it was my own personal copy of 13W36A. Trying to think if there are any other versions I submitted. None other are coming to mind. Oh wait, hold on. If I'm gonna need clay, or if I should say, if I'm gonna make this clay, that means I'm gonna need dyes. Oh boy. Alrighty, so I need gray. To get gray, you need bone meal and black. Do I have ink sacs? No, I don't. Okay, I can cheat and find black wool. I can't cheat and find black dye. If I want my gray, I'm gonna have to find squids. But I haven't seen any squids on here that I remember. And if I saw squids in the past, ding dong, I didn't pick up their ink sacs. That was interesting. Oh wait, hold on. Does it keep your input in case you're like underwater? Hold on, let's drop all the way. And you hit pause. Okay, that's a nice safety feature. That way, if something happens while you're swimming, it keeps holding on to your inputs. Well, that's nice. Squid spawn in rivers. I'm seeing exactly 0 squid in this river. It's also like the water is too opaque. It's not clear enough. And this is river water. Swamp water, okay, sure. It's gray, borderline brown. Like, where are all the squids at? I don't even know if there are squids. I wonder if I analyze the world with MC Edit if it could tell me. Because for all I know, they're all stuck somewhere. And mob spawning and despawning being weird means that the squids are kind of just taking up mob cap, and therefore won't allow any other squids to spawn. I don't want to go exploring too far for squid zone. So I think what we'll have to do is just deal with it. Alrighty, so what we're looking for instead then is cyan, because those cyan clay blocks look really gray, just because the whole tinting. It's kind of funny with how the color for light blue gets, or I should say because cyan is very light, is a very cool color when you balance it out with how warm hardened clay is. Oh, buoy! I didn't know there's another one up there. When you balance it out with the warmth of hardened clay, the cyan becomes a neutral tone of gray. That's what I was trying to say before I was bombarded. Yeah. I didn't think there would be one chilling on top of the mushroom. We're just gonna take a quick peek over here. Any more squids down below? I think I'm seeing some clay, but I have plenty now. I see no squids. So what we'll do... My mouse cursor is way over there. Oh, let's change the difficulty. Not this time. Enderman, I see you. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a little swim. Not very far, because that's gonna be boring, slow, and tiring. So we're gonna take a little swim by the coast. Eventually, all these trees will be gone. It just might take a while. Well, I guess that also requires me hanging around in this area for long enough. I don't know if I'm gonna end up moving in 0.12 or something. One thing's for sure, when 1.0 rolls around near the end of the series, I'm for sure gonna need to move because I'll need... I'm going to need to find a stronghold. And if I already loaded up a bunch of chunks over here, that means the nearest stronghold, might not be that close. And I wonder if it's going to be like old Java, where it's going to point me to the nearest stronghold based on seed. But if I already loaded up the chunks where that closest stronghold is supposed to be, I'd have to go in a completely different direction, far enough to where it calculates a different closest stronghold. Oh, I see you. I see you, squid. That is very dark. Okay, hold on. You can... I totally forgot they did that. Oh my gosh, Bedrock. I completely forgot that squids will ink you. Wait, hold on. Did you really take one hit from the diamond sword and keep swimming? Oh, no you don't. This is very dark. And you could see just how short the distance is that you could see because of the fog. I see bubbles. These squid are much more resilient than Java. Alright, did you drop what I need? You dropped one. Thanks, buddy, but I'll need multiple. Because if I want to make light gray, I guess I could make do with only one. But like, what if I want more black in the future? Is there just that one squid? Why do I feel like I saw two? I know I for sure killed one. I'm trying to move around in case I get closer to where they want to spawn. But I'm not seeing any. I also kind of don't really want to walk across the ocean floor just for this. Oh, they're way over here. Alright, well, let's just keep on bobbing over there. Forget trying to save sword durability, I just want the squid gone. So weird how the animation for walking isn't consistent. Move, pause, move, pause, move, pause, move, pause. And hiya! Do they, like, zoom away when they spurt the ink? I'm pretty sure squids just don't care. Okay, well now I'm at 2. I should say on Java, squids don't care. And they'll just take the hit. I don't know where I'm going, but I can't go forward, because if I go forward, I'll start swimming. I don't know where he went. Sure would be nice if I could see. Okay, there's another one over there, but I'm not going back for him. Oh, this is the one that zoomed away. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Hiya! I wonder if I did get that other squid previously and he just didn't drop an ink sac. I have 3 confirmed kills and only got 2. It very well could be a 50-50 chance of them dropping something. I thought the drop rate is 0 to 2 though. Which means if it's 25% for 0, 25% for 1, 50% for the other one, and then 25% for 2. I don't know. I don't know how the math works out. But I see another squid over here, kind of floating around. Hey, buddy. Oh, nighttime approaches. That's going to make this even harder to see. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah. Oh, boy, you see that? Hey, this one was nice. He did drop 2. You see that? Swamp water, ocean. Water. Swamp. Ocean. Okay. Enough of having fun. Let's get serious. Says Serious Sam. Which reminds me, I never finished the second game. I'm pretty sure at least, I played all the way through the first encounter. And I was having difficulty on another part for the second encounter. After the second encounter is... I don't know. I haven't familiarized myself, because I know there's Serious Sam 2, I believe. Because like the first and second encounter kind of make up the first game. And when you retrospect and all that. Hello, goodbye. I don't even know if I still have my save file. For all I know, I have to start the second encounter all over again. But man, this, I don't know if it's just me, but Serious Sam is a difficult game. Like, I'm pretty sure I was playing on the normal difficulty, assuming it did have difficulty sliders and whatnot. Which reminds me that I never got around to adding difficulty to the Living Through angle. I wanted to add difficulty support for arcade mode. We'll see. I've been working on music for the demo because as time passed, I started to dislike the music I made for the demo more and more. And now, after 2 weeks of difficulty, I finally am doing better with the music for it. I'm in the home stretch now. Hooray. I'm just in those last few details. Yeah, I'm really trying. I'm really trying to make the music sound good this time. And as a whole, this is gonna be one of my best songs made to date. Hooray. Okay, do I want to keep ink sacs here? I can't necessarily do that unless if I kept it up here, but I'm not going to remember that I kept it up there. Ding dong, wait a minute, I figured out how to solve my sign issue. Hold on, we're going to verify this. Because I think I just realized what to do differently with my sign. In fact, here, I don't even think I need extra signs for this. Let me just grab... Okay, so it's bones, string, feathers. Or sorry, bones, string, gunpowder. Oops, I forgot that doesn't work on here. No, the hitbox! The hitbox is still maximum. Oh. I say as I look over and see the bitrate monster to jump nom 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 nom. Alrighty, so anyways, so this doesn't work, but wait, there's more. Because that's not the only way how you can put signs. The string, right? Yep. Aha! Because Claptrap from Borderlands, I figured it out. I figured out how I can get around because these signs are small. These have a good hitbox. These signs have a full block hitbox. These signs make me mad. They're not good. But these signs, these wall signs work. Hooray! Now I can see the stuff they have in them and very easily access the side of the chest. Yeah. Bedrock problems require bedrock solutions. Because on Java, you can't put signs connected to other signs until release 1.5, where you could crouch and place the block. Chirp, chirp goes the bird. Okay, well, I feel better. And now, I need bone meal. We gotta go back. We're gonna redo those signs, because I'm going to need to decide what I want to put in the other two. Or I should say the other three chests. You know, maybe I don't. I could just leave this row as it is for now, because I can access from over here. But I could turn this one into ink sacs. So then I'll just have no signs there. In fact, do I even want to redo all of these? I might just leave it and only have the middle three be sideways. I guess the middle 9, because it's 333. Alright, well anyways, I came back here because I needed to get around the sheep. I needed some bone meal. Alright, so this is the part where we craft. You can craft light gray dye by adding a second bone meal? I feel like that's a Pocket Edition thing. That's not doable on Java, right? So like now if I just do this, the question is, do you come out with 3? Because you can craft this 3 times, but you can only craft this. Oh wait, well I guess if I made more gray dye, then I'd be able to make. This one comes out to 2 though, because if this only gives you 2 light gray instead of 3 light gray, then that means it's more efficient, I think. I don't know. I'll have to mathematically grid this out. see how it works. Alright, well anyways, I'll do the classic light gray using the gray and bone meal and all that. Alright, so now we have some light gray dye, we have some gray dye. I'm pretty sure these are not gonna fit with those colors over there, but we're gonna try it anyways. And then after this we'll try cyan, which means I'm gonna need some cactus. Oh, that's right, I also needed more coal. Fill that in. Oop. As I remember where exactly I kept the crafting table. Whenever we get anvils, we'll probably put an anvil in here. Alright, so we're gonna make... Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna use the gray stained clay, so we'll just make some light gray. I can already tell this looks dark. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's even darker than this. But hey, why not? We'll just make white as well. You know, I'm pretty sure that's gonna not look good either. I remember when people were building, like... Oops. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Somehow that doesn't look terrible. It's just not entirely recognizable as the creeper. Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember when people were using the hardened clay back when it was new and building like old West sets, like old Mexico, the adobe houses and whatnot. It's kinda nice that this is exactly 8 though. Okay, I think I'm on to something. But we are in fact going to make that light gray because I want to know, or we're going to make the cyan because I want to know if that's lighter or darker. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Alright, gray dye, light gray dye. Done with the ink sacs. In fact, we might as well try light blue as well, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the color I want. I need lapis because there's no blue dye yet. Also grab all that. Because it's going to make me feel better. We'll catch some Z's, reset the non-existent weather timer. Look over at our health, we're only missing 2.5 hearts. No big deal. Alrighty, let's get crafting. I don't think I need that much. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't have any green dye. Oh, cactus farm, what you got for me? That'll be nice once we get hoppers, and I don't have to worry about losing this. Looks like the farm's doing good if it just gave me 12. Anyone else floating down the stream? Oh, there's another one. I do wonder though if I just hung around here AFK for a while, because as long as I shut this trapdoor, I'll be safe down there. Don't have to worry about anything done to me. So if I really wanted, I could just AFK down there for a while, standing at the mouth of the waterway, and then I'll just pick up everything instead of letting it sit there for the 5 minutes till it despawns. And then we're going to realize that we didn't cook up any of this cactus we just grabbed. At some point it'll be nice that I have all these dyes. I don't know what I'll do with them, but at some point it'll be nice that I have all of them. So we're gonna try light blue and we're gonna try cyan. We still have, yeah, I got like regular hardened clay. The unstained clay. We'll do boop, light blue because that's a very bright color. And then we're gonna do boop, cyan, because that's also a great tone. Alright, hold up, let's... Oh wait, I just made the dye. Oops, I didn't make the clay. Alright, so we're looking at cyan stained clay and light blue stained clay. Now this light blue is in fact on the bluer side, but it is also lighter. It's always kind of funny to me how Notch created only a few dyes as special, because you got the ink sac, the bone meal, the cocoa beans, and then you got those as their own little items. And then you just said, well, let's just add a bunch of other dye. So you got cactus green and rose red, and then everything else is just called dye. Oh wait, hold up, can't forget lapis. Yeah, once again that looks like Steve. I'm trying to avoid that. And then, anyways, back to the dyes. 1 point... Wait, don't tell me. 14, right? 1.14 is the version that added brown dye and brown dye, white dye, black dye, and blue dye. And as I look, is this it? Am I just done? Because I feel like I'm not satisfied with any of the options I've tried, trying to make it look like a creeper. But now that I have all these other blocks, I might just call it quits and fill that whole thing in with cobble. I think that's what it's come to. Oh well, I tried. Yeah, now I got all these dyes that I'll need to figure out something to do with. As well as all these versions of, nope, pickaxes. No, now that I have all these versions of stained clay. This would be an excellent time to wish that there was light gray concrete. But I'm pretty sure light gray concrete doesn't get added until, I think, 1.1 with the glazed terracotta. Insert sigh here, because I think this is what we're gonna just deal with. At the end of the day, I think this is it. Because this for sure looks like a creeper. So honestly, that's what we're going with. I'm not a big fan of it being on the dirt though. I might coat it in planks down here. Well, now I can say I've done pixel art in this world. As I look over at the time, OBS says 1 hour and 4. Make sure my previewer is live. Alright, well, let's grab another sign or two. In fact, yeah, I'll probably do... Oh wait, hold on. If I want the dyes above the bones, that means I'd have to add 2 other items. Do I want to keep ink sacs with the dyes? Do I want to keep bone meal with the dyes? Sometimes I keep bone meal with bones, sometimes I keep bone meal with dyes. Because I also have all these clay and all this clay and all these bricks. And I think it might be time to do something with all this flint as well. This is kind of taking up space. So we'll grab flint. We'll grab all these dyes. We're gonna grab more signs. I want to put clay away as well. I'll come back for the blocks. Oh, one more. I could do clay separated from the bricks. How often do I keep bricks as the items though? I might just keep the clay separate. Alright, so I needed signs. 1, 2. So above the gunpowder, we'll put flint. They're kind of related, I guess. Above the string, we'll put clay. Above bones, we'll put dyes. There we go. Then all the flesh belongs up there. And while I'm here, let's just tear those down real fast. Oops. I'll redo these later. Alright, so now I get to choose the next 3 blocks to place down into those other chests. Let's just boop. Reset the weather timer. Or a trash truck. I think it's backing up. Or beep beep beep. Much slower than that, of course. But trash truck still goes beep beep beep. Just pitch it down maybe. There we go. Keeping the tools together. Keeping similar tools together, I should say. And I just want to bring all this way up there. Keep the inventory slightly more organized. Alrighty, so we're looking at, honestly, I think wool. I think all this wool needs to go in its own chest. Because all that sheep shearing I've done has provided a lot. So all that wool is going away. And in fact, all the hardened clay is going to go away as well. Oh, wait, there's more. I might leave it at that. Unless if I want to put glass away as well. Oh, wait, there's more. There's even more of the wool. I have the urge to organize that. I might have to wait, though. That's okay. Let's go toss all this now. It looks weird seeing the sign sideways, but if it works, it works. I like how this looks now, but I know that it's just gonna end up getting ruined after. The organization, I should say. So this one is wool. This one's... I didn't realize you could see the text on the sign while you're typing it. It doesn't have anything yet, but I'll keep it sideways for now. Man, that's so much easier than trying to squeeze in here, because look, now I have free access and the signs. Yes, it does look a little odd, but that's okay. Alrighty, we're going around and we're thinking, what did I say I needed to do? Because I feel like there was something I specifically planned out, and I have all these shovels on me. I feel like there was something I had planned, but the problem is I can't remember what it is. I've been in this area a little bit though, so I do want to check on the farm. And all this dirt is still staying as dirt. Thankfully, I go in here and it looks like these are now growing well. And getting rid of all the tilled soil because I was a dingus and totally messed that one up. So it looks like the carrots can be expanded all the way. The potatoes could probably reach as well. Not the beetroot though. Alright, what we'll do to prevent stuff from spawning in there, we're gonna grab the ground tiller. In fact, why don't I just keep using up the iron one? Pretty sure I've been trying to use that diamond one, but that one just might last me a while. It is a diamond after all, and I don't anticipate massive amounts of ground tilling needing to be done. So for the wheat, we're just gonna wait. But for the carrots, we'll go for this now. And I didn't realize I left... Oh, no! The whole point of the trapdoors was to avoid this. Oops, let's not destroy all this, please. So we're gonna grab enough carrots to hopefully extend it all the way down. Oops, that one wasn't mature yet, sorry. I wonder when that one turned to grass. Wait, how did that turn to grass? Huh, I wonder how long it's been like that. Well, anyways, back to work, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need even more carrots. Because there's a lot of replanting I'll need to do. So much for trying to use the water system. It really comes down to, I don't want to flood the whole thing in unless they're all fully grown. And they're not fully grown, but I'm trying to expand it because it'll just end up taking more time. It'll just end up taking more time than what it's worth for all this. And you know what, why don't I just start filling this in now? I can at least do this layer. I can reach that far? That is extremely distant. No, auto jump. Auto jump, why you gotta do this to me? I just have to wait a little more. A little while longer, and then I could turn it off. And yes, the berry monster did kind of take another chomp out of the stream. Oh well. Auto jump, leave me alone. Nighttime approacheth. Alas. I don't know if I'll sleep tonight. Oh. Hello, Mr. Spoiler. How's it going? Okay, crops undamaged. All is well. That is, in fact, the important part. Oops, that one wasn't grown yet. There we go. Hooray, hooray. Yeah, I think I do need to start lighting up this part of the swamp. Just look at this guy. He made his way over the river. That's a problem. You know what I could do if I wanted? I could start preparing to expand the wall over here. Thing is, once I have it go across this side of the land, right around where this forest goes, where to after that? Alright, let me be smart. We're gonna plant the carrots first, before I start walking up. And can you not do that, please? I wonder if the trapdoors go down whenever there's a block update from these carrots. Like, do the carrots grow up and trigger block updates, therefore lowering the trapdoors? Okay, we're also gonna need to stand back because I don't want to. I don't want to trample my own crops from auto jumping auto jump. Good news is I think we're done. Whoop. As soon as I say I think we're done, I get attacked with sneezes. I wonder. I think I'm seeing stuff popping up on OBS. More audio issues. Hey, you found me. Your reward is this diamond sword. Oh my gosh, he dropped a carrot. Really, buddy? Uh-oh, skelly bomb attack. You know what, maybe we will sleep. How about we catch some Z's before going back to battle? Where did you guys come from? We're also gonna need to eat. But not carrots, so we're gonna eat some real food. We're gonna eat some cooked bacon. How many do I have? I've got 20 of them. Minus the 1, 18. I know how to count. That's not 18. It's 19. We're at 19 now. when you fail at Sesame Street math. Alrighty, let's put away all these carrots. Uh-oh, where did you come from? Come on, buddy, can you not? We're gonna let him burn up before we go over there. Yeah, you know, I think we'll just let that spider do whatever it wants, because it seems to not be a fan of life in the present time. Okay, so if potatoes go there, carrots go in here. Which, looking around, there's a lot of carrots. Woohoo! And this is only some of the farm being harvested. Beep beep. Alright, so the wheat is all done. We're gonna let it keep growing. The carrots are all done. We're gonna let it keep growing. The potatoes are not done. We have more potatoes to collect. That's next on the list. Checks the time, hour 22. I have another axe after this. Yes, I do. Partially tempted to use it up, clearing out some of the trees. Because I am really thinking about if I made that wall diagonal over the river. I dealt with that diagonal wall though. That one was not very fun to do. I like my right angles, but the problem is I don't want this lined up. I think that's right here. I don't want the wall lining up right at the shore. I don't think that's gonna look good. That is an illogical build. At the same time, this is Minecraft. You can build 90%, you can build, I should say, with 90% of the blocks in the game, and they will casually float for no reason. Except we currently have bigger problems. Bye-bye. Alright, potato time. Give me the spuds. I don't think that one was grown. Oops. And I wonder where Mr. Green Bean came from. I wonder if Minecraft is going to end up with more vegetables. I feel like I've talked about this before. Where I feel like, oh man, who trampled my stuff? Is this where he came from? Did he fall off the wall and land on my potatoes right here? I wanted to pick those up before they despawned, but that also means now I'm stuck up here. Because I can't Halo reach that far. There's also kind of my design choice where, realistically, if I kept a walkway over the water instead of having these big old dividers, that probably would have been more beneficial. Oh, to the well. Alright, hold on, I can just get that when I come back around. Never mind. There's another green bean, hello. Anyways, in regards to, like, vegetables, or I guess crops in general, because I really do feel that Minecraft could open up more textiles, more textile blocks, if it had more than just string. Which means I feel like if we had cotton, I really do feel like it'd be nice if Minecraft had cotton. Can you imagine proper clothes that aren't just the leather tunic? Like, can you imagine regular clothes on here? Or denim? Truth be told, I don't know what denim's made out of, I'm gonna be real. But, like, I feel like denim as well would be a nice material to have. You can make jeans, jackets, overalls. One day, perhaps. This would be... I feel like all the survival players would be like, what's the point of this? Well, here's a question for all you survival players. Do you like armor trims? Me personally, I don't, because I have to say, what's the point of armor trims other than just looking cool? But at the same time, a lot of people seem to really like armor trims. But that is purely decorational for armor you wear and whatnot. So I feel like Minecraft having proper clothing or actual clothing designs. But then here's the thing. What about all the character creator items? Is that why we're not going to get it? Can you see what's wrong with this picture? I just planted all these potatoes in the beetroot farm. Oh no, I was so enthralled with my story, talking about denim and cotton and whatnot. You know what'd be funny though? Minecraft with polyester. Question is, I don't know the whole process for making polyester either, because I'm pretty sure that's a wholly synthetic material. Big sigh. Alright, well, potatoes, thanks for waiting for me. Well, that was a big I done goofed moment. I wasn't even paying attention to what farm I was in, and I planted all those potatoes. I planted 3 or 4 sections of potatoes in the beetroot area. That was a mighty big mistake. No, 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 no. That the whole point of that dirt being here is to walk on something safe. Alright, well, let's try this again. Let's plant as many potatoes as we have left after all that in this here potato farm, where the potatoes belong. Well, anyways, going back to proper vegetables, as I was supposed to talk about corn. I feel like corn is another crop that could fit in Minecraft. Think about it. If we get corn, we can open up the opportunity to turn milk into butter, and then we can have buttered corn. Cook it, and you get buttered popcorn. And now we start going into ore spawn territory and whatnot. Well, like, hey, Mojang's stolen concepts from mods before, so who's to say there would be no issues with just having buttered popcorn, even though ore spawn did in fact have bags of buttered and salted popcorn. I wonder though, what would Minecraft do with salt? Because salt is one of those, it has a lot of real world uses. But what would we do in Minecraft with salt? Are they finally mad at each other? Bro, what is that aim? What is that? What is that arrow doing down there? This guy can't aim for anything. Okay, that one bounced right off. I don't know, it was my fault though. There you go, good job. What was that aim? Worse than the stormtrooper. Alright, what are we at? Half an hour left of the day. We go catch some Z's, and then I think my phone's done charging, so while I sleep, I'm gonna unplug that. Let's see if I can unplug it on the way over there. Doink! Anything important? Not important. I'm also starting to feel hunger. That's important to me. Yeah, it'll definitely be lunchtime after this. I don't know what I'm eating yet. I'll figure something out. Alrighty, so now that the farm is set up and going again, as I have to deal with hiccups, you know what I should do? I should probably harvest all these pumpkins and stuff. Back to here, let's be smart about this. Let's go all the way back to the start. Wait a minute. Am I seeing a theme here? Hold on. We got a problem. The crops aren't growing where there's stone brick, but they're growing where there's glass. What is this? Are you telling me I can't have these covered? Okay, I'm not gonna waste sword durability on pumpkins. In Pocket Edition v0.11.0 Alpha Build 7.1. I still don't know why that one's there, because I don't remember seeing it on any of the other alpha builds. I wonder if they left that in. I don't even know why that's registering on here when it's not on the main menu. You'd think that if they did what I did, they would have a universal version string. That way you just have to type in the version in one place and then show it wherever you want it. Is that a bat? I don't know. But we're going to come back here with bone meal because I want to see if the crops will grow, if the melons and the pumpkins will get planted, if I can bone meal the crops to their maximum size. Because I did not at all realize that having them here with the stone brick would just prevent them from growing at all. Because there's no way it is statistically impossible that all of the, well, no, it's not impossible, but it's the closest thing to 0% chance of only having the stems by the glass grow up. So yes, Minecraft random tick speed, I'm pretty sure it is possible. But it's not going to happen. Because I don't know if there's a minimum time for the stems to grow up. I don't know if there's a minimum time for the crops to grow up at all. But anyways, we're going to take care of that, hopefully. If not, I'm going to get rid of all that stone brick and replace it with glass. It'll look kind of ugly because there is such a thing as too much glass. But if that's what it takes, that's what we're going with. Alright, your reliability. Alright, so you need to think how much we have in there. Multiply the length, divide by 4 times 2. I'll just count. 32. That's nice. Except I can't make 32 bone meal. I can make 33 from 11 bones. Plus, do I have any bone meal in here, or did I put it away? I feel like I put it with all the dyes. I don't know how much I had left over. Or, because bone meal is used in a lot of dye recipes, I could just create more. Oh, that's right, I had some on me anyway. Oh, I had 5 already in there. Oh wait, hold on. This isn't gonna insta-grow, is it? I might need more bones. I forgot this is, we have the 1.5 bone milling mechanics. Yeah, let's just grab those bones and we'll try again. Clicks over, sees 515 dropped frames, 0.4%. Alrighty. Internet had a few issues, but seems most of the day is going fine. Let's see if it even lets me bone meal these. Yeah, it does. Okay, let's not waste bone meal though, because I didn't know if that would. So even when it's full, you can still bone meal it. So I would want to not be wasteful. So it looks like each time it's 1 to 2 growth, or 1 to 3 growth stages. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more. Okay, I might have overdone that. That's okay. Oops. So now we're gonna do another experiment, because we're gonna wait around a long time. And we're gonna see if these stems that are underneath the stone brick will grow up or not, or if they will produce fruit. Because if I look around and every single stem next to the glass does produce the melons and pumpkins, but 0 of all the other stems under the stone brick have any goods, then I'm gonna think that no, it's not working. So far, it doesn't look like it, but we're gonna need more data, so we're gonna wait around and let that farm do what it needs to. What do I have on me that can be put away? It was just the one, right? Cool. I didn't know if me from the past was smart enough to already put away the diamond ground tiller. Turns out it wasn't overkill with all that though. I'm realizing that only 16 bone meal left after, what was it, like a stack and a half? There's a stack and something, plus the original 33. That's a lot of bone meal. I wonder if the entire lighting system is just not good, if it's very inconsistent. You know, now I kind of do want to turn all those other signs sideways. Consistency and all that. Yeah, well, either way, what we'll probably end up doing, because let me just see real fast, but I don't think I have too much cobblestone. Relatively, this is not a lot, and if I am preparing to expand the wall, that's certainly not going to cut it. So what we'll do, we'll go to bed, we'll grab another 2 pickaxes, then we'll head down. and see how long I mine for before I get tired. Oh wait, I already have 3 pickaxes on me. I was thinking I only had 2. Let's just head down and do the mines anyways. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't go caving where I wanted to go caving. I specifically... What is going on out there? I specifically marked out a brand new cave. Let's just grab all those sticks. In fact, here, I'll feel better about myself. We'll grab more sticks. Not more stick. But oops. His name is just too easy to bring up. Terrible puns every day. Alright, this way we can craft more torches on the go. But we are gonna head back and see where exactly the cave ended up. Because I'm pretty sure there was only the one. At least I'm hoping. Do I want to? Yeah, we'll pick it up. Jump, jump, big jump. Someone is moving their trash cans around out there, and I don't know who. They're being loud. Louder than the trucks. Did I pick those up? I don't know. Those might have despawned right when I was walking up to them. Yeah, well, either way. Oh, that's right. You know what else I was preparing to do? I wanted to work more on the minecart system. Because there's a lot of traveling to do. Oh, we're also running out of time for the nether reactor. I'm gonna need more gold. Well, good job me, because if the cave system I stumbled upon over here is any good, I can find some gold at the bottom of it. Question is, where exactly is it? I'm pretty sure it was early on in my journey, which means we might have to slide around here. I'm looking at a notification I got from someone, probably, I think, the comment on one of my guide videos for the Ultimate Old World Conversion Guide. And I feel like he wrote an entire essay. It looks like that just from the structuring of the little preview I got. Okay, so here's one cave. This is not the cave we're looking for. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading. Probably during lunch. Here it is. This is not going down, right? No, it's just like, why? It's the brand new day. Why are these torches brighter than out here? I don't understand this. Is this just a Java thing? Why are torches brighter than the middle of sunlight? I remembered seeing this on Legacy Console as well. I don't know why. Because when I was on the 360 version, it was totally like that. And it threw me off. Because I always wondered why the surrounding area was darker. Because that's definitely not a Java thing in the Java versions I've remember playing. I hope. Unless I'm totally misremembering. Because that's one of those, why can you have torches brighter than sunlight when sunlight is light level 15, but torches are light level 14? You know what could be like this? It could be the brightness slider. It's currently, there is a brightness slider on here, I think. Maybe? Yes, there's a brightness slider on here and it's all the way down. But I don't know why, what sort of weird lighting it would need to be for torches to still be brighter than sunlight. Because I remember that. I remember being thrown off on the 360 world. and I move the wire, we're gonna hope that there's no static. You know what? Maybe I should be smart and save my pickaxe durability. If I want to find a bunch of gold, I'm gonna have to go below. This is definitely not gold level. But all this coal will be useful for when I need to make more torches. This way I won't have to deconstruct the blocks I already created. Dong dong dong. Someone got home. I heard the screen door. There's a lot of coal. Maybe I should call this the coal cavern. I'm not gonna remember that after the day. So at least for this episode, we have entered the coal cavern. Sometimes you gotta go up in a cave to go back down. Oh, see? Like in this opportunity. Oops. 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 Cave in. I see some red dust down there, though. I should have used the dye. Oh wait, I don't have any diorite. Never mind then. Let's go pick up that torch that fell. Was that chunk slow to update visually? It's like it cached what it should have been. And then when I properly looked at it, it said, oh wait, hold on. We got a block update. Well, so much for trying to find gold. We went straight to red dust level. And look, there's even more coal. See, I'm telling you, I feel like I should totally call this the coal caverns. I don't know if I've found coal in this quantity previously, but this is the first time I'm officially calling it the coal caverns. Because everywhere I look, there's more coal. Looks over at OBS, he's an hour and 48, thinks about 12 minutes left of streaming. Hey, blue carbon, I'll take that. But that's not gold. Is it just one? No, don't just be one. I wonder if this cave cut off some of the ore. Like, if there was more solid stone right here, would there be more diamonds that want to generate? I wonder. Maybe this should be the carbon cavern. Coal and diamonds both being made out of carbon and all that. Question is, will I find more diamonds? I didn't realize, but that was a very, very, very steep drop right there. I wasn't really paying attention when I was going down it. I was on the lookout for bad guys spotting, especially those green beans, since they were surprising me earlier. I don't want to block out this water just yet, because if I happen to stumble upon another big drop, I'm gonna want that water to flood the lava at the bottom. Hello, green bean, I see you. Hey, gold. Cool. Look, there's more gold. Alright, here, let's be smart about this. Let's drop that torch. And let's go get the goods. I had a feeling there would be more than one. Goodbye, pickaxe. Why does the hopper still slide over? I thought that was fixed by now. Well, maybe not fixed. Changed. Unless the... Oh, whatchamacallit. Unless it doesn't get changed until maybe build 9. Because I really thought it was one of the 0.11 alpha builds where they changed it so that removing an item, I should say destroying an item, or finishing a slot from the hotbar no longer slides it all over. You know, I guess I wasn't paying attention earlier because when I was using the exactly 8 stained clay, same thing was happening. Oops. It's a lot of lava we're gonna have to get rid of. Same thing with Mr. Zombo right there. Sorry, granite, but I don't want to use cobblestone to fill in that hole. Think there's more gold down here? There's a non-zero chance. Once I try to find all the blocks I need. Okay, so we'll pickaxe, axe, shovel. There we go. Oh, I guess that was it. Alright, torches. That's what happened. I ran out of torches. Whoops. I can make pumpkin pie? Oh, that's right. It's only 3 items. It's kind of funny when you look at Notch adding cake, and like that was an intense cake. Like he really made up this entire elaborate cake recipe. And then what happened? A year goes by. Jeb or whoever adds pumpkin pie, and it's like one of the most basic things in the world, and it's so simple, and like it's really interesting for like detail focus versus convenience. Whoop, boop, boop, boop. We're not gonna go that way. I see a zombie. What's left of him? We'll let that go away, and we'll explore this pattern as we try to not stay too long on this gravel. Hello. And fight. No, hit the zombie, hit the zombie. I believe in you. No, your aim is terrible. Any more gravel? Not gravel. This is more gravel. Any more gold? See, my torch for this kind of loops around where I was previously. Looks at the time, we got about 5 minutes. Hey, good thing I didn't turn back. No, 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 that's not what I wanted. This time, auto-bridging leaves me alone. I still don't know what the proper term for that is, but I'm going to keep calling it auto-bridging. I wonder if it'll ever make it to Java, because that's really one of those big features. That's one of those big differences between building in Java versus building in Bedrock. the ability to look over the edge of a block in place. And I really do wonder why that hasn't made it into Java yet. Even if it was like a game rule or a setting, I feel like instead of forced on and forced off would be the best way to implement it. I should say optional on instead of forced on. There's even more coal. I really did find this massive coal cavern, and that was very dangerous. There's a lot of gravel there. I didn't realize how much gravel there was until I walked right under it. Chirp, chirp. Man, if I had gone exploring in this cave when I first got here in the 0.9 terrain, I would have so much coal. But I'm skipping a lot of it because I'm not entirely needing all this coal right now. But at the same time, how much coal have I mined in the other caves closer to where I live now? Is that a good idea? Chirp, chirp. Come on, water, can you stop being weird? What's your problem? I don't understand. That really didn't want to go away. Why are the slivers of water not accepting block updates? You can't even say why not why to that. Because I don't think he was around for much of this. I don't even know how much he oversaw Pocket Edition development. I think I've said that before. I know he was around for when it first started. Because back at that time, I'm pretty sure 1.0 wasn't even out yet. Hello, everyone. How's it going? It's a monster convention. Oh, what Godzilla movie was that I just quoted? Oh, which one? Was that Final Wars? No, I think it was JMK. Bat, leave me alone. I've tried placing 2 torches and that bat was flying around my face and I ended up slapping the bat instead. Oh, wait. Well, speaking of the Godzilla movies, I've been wanting to rewatch the Heisei and Millennium series again. Because those aren't too bad. Combined, that's 7 plus another 5. That's 12 films, maybe. It's much shorter, relatively, than Showa's 15. Which that's I do not have the Showa films right now. However, I do have all the Heisei and all the Heisei and all the Millennium films. And I guess 2016 as well. In fact, I think that was the first one I picked up on Blu-ray. Anyways, 2016 is part of the Reiwa era. Reiwa started, well, I guess in terms of Godzilla, the Reiwa era did start with Godzilla 2016. Or Shin Godzilla, I should say. Shin Godzilla from 2016. Because you had the MonsterVerse from 2014. Although I want to say that technically the Reiwa era didn't start till 2019. But like, there's this big gap, and Shin Godzilla really does kind of just fit there, as opposed to the rest of the Millennium movies from 1999 to 2004. Oh wait, hold on. I guess that means maybe there were 6 Millennium films, not 5. Alright, well, anyways, Godzilla 1984 is part of the Heisei era, even though technically Heisei didn't start until 1989. In which case, the sequel, kind of the soft sequel for Godzilla vs. Biollante was a sequel to Return of Godzilla from '84. Anyways, that's all it for today. Here we are down in this cave, not finding too much gold. We're at 8. That's a good start. Yeah, we're gonna hopefully find more. Yeah, we'll go looking around next time. And I don't know when I'm gonna set this one to public because that video still keeps raking in views, and I'd rather not totally kill off that video just yet. So, anyways, that's all it for this time. Thank you all for watching. Bye. And we're not gonna press F9 because that messed me up last time.